Welcome back to another edition in our video series, Chat Patwa. As promised in our last video, and moving forward, you will notice we have moved away from English as spoken in North America in favor of the Jamaican Standard English. Now, the reason for this is we build on each lesson and practice what you've learned from the last one, so we can use what you've learned in the current lesson. So once your ears are trained to the pronunciation of our words, then learning Patwa will be a lot easier. So uno, meaning you all, going back to the last lesson, will hear these references throughout this lesson. The goal is eventually to get you to full Patwa immersion. So if you haven't seen the prior videos, you may have difficulty following along or keeping up. So you may want to go back to our channel homepage and click on playlist to catch up. Okay, so now without further ado, we're moving on to one of the most important elements in Patwa. I like to call it the dominant A. I know I keep stressing that our A's most times make an R sound due to its British influence, instead of the A sound it makes in North America. So, for example, the word tag in North America would just be tag in Patwa. Bag would be bag, and man is man. The R sound in Patwa is single-handedly responsible for how we pronounce the majority of our words. So to begin, the letter A in front of a noun, it represents itself. So a car in English is still a car in Patwa. A is used in place of multiple words. It's actually used as a substitute for them. These words are is, at, are, of, to, its, and I. A is so powerful that depending on where it lands in a sentence, it affects all other words around it. It's literally the glue that holds Patwa together. It is so influential that even other vowels, such as O, oftentimes mimic its sound. Even words ending in ER and OR mimics an R sound. For example, lighter becomes lighter, doctor becomes doctor. Some words beginning with UN or UM will also mimic an R sound. For example, here's a popular one. Understand will sound like understand, and umbrella, umbrella. The most important function of A is how it affects nouns, pronouns, and verbs when it's placed either in front or behind them. Let's look at this in detail. Let's revisit pronouns and possessives to see how A affects them when placed either in front or behind each one. When A is placed in front, it replaces the phrase it is or its. So for example, the sentence, it's for me would become a for me. Or it's mine becomes a my one. Or it's my car, a my car. The same is true for you, uno, them, and we. A you on its own is asking the question, is it you? In a statement becomes it is you. So for example, who drank the last soda? A you? Oh, a you. Uno, them, and we would also be interchangeable in that last example. Now, when A directly follows a pronoun, it puts it into motion. Example, mi'a is now and forever I am. Yu'a is you are. Unu'a is you are when you're directly addressing two or more people. Dema is they are, and we'a is we are. A is required to be placed in front of a verb to change it to the present tense. So in English, the verb work in the present tense would be working. In Patwa, it's simply a work. So, for example, to say I am working in Patwa would be me I work. So the same a affects both the pronoun and the verb in the same sentence when we take a closer look. Okay, so reviewing what we learned so far. We looked at a and how it affects nouns. A car is a car in English as it is in Patwa. We also looked at a in front of pronouns, acting as it's or it is. A me or you, is it me or you? A me or you, it is me or you. A femme car, is it my car? A my car, it is my car. We also looked at a following pronouns and the state of being. Feel free to pause for review. A in front of verbs to make them present tense. The only exception to the rule is where we use the ing is when the verb is acting as a noun. Example, running a kill him. Running is killing him. So moving on to the next rule. Whenever there is a future action you would like to communicate, the word going is always placed between the noun or pronoun and the verb to indicate future tense. Now keep in mind, to make the word go into going, it also takes an a in front of it. So in this example, me a cook, me and a together indicates I am, and the a cook together indicates the present tense cooking, resulting in I am cooking. If you wanted to communicate your intent to cook in the future, you would simply insert go. This works for all applications. It's simply understood in Patwa. Whenever you use the phrase me a go, we know whatever action that follows will be in the future. This also works with other pronouns. Here are a few examples. You are gonna run? Are you going to run? Uno are gonna come? Are you going to come? Them are gonna play? Are they going to play? And this might sound funny, but we are gonna go, meaning are we going to go? Same example can be used with other standalone nouns. For example, doctor go operate. The doctor is going to operate. Dancer go dance. The dancer is going to dance. The car go too fast. The car is going too fast. Feel free to pause here before we move on to the next rule. Okay, so moving on. A is used as a substitute for the word to whenever we're referring to a destination. For example, me I go to work. The first part of the sentence, me I go, specifies something I'm doing in the future. In this aspect, the second a, with work, specifies a destination. Work could be substituted for any other destination, such as school, church. Here are a few other examples to specify the destination. Me I go to school. I am going to school. You all go to church? Are you going to church? Them all go to dance? Are they going to the dance? We all go to market. We're going to the market. Okay, so moving on to a, used in place of the word of. When you're trying to describe a current situation or describing what is contained in an object, a is used as a substitute. For example, the Prime Minister declared a state of emergency. The Prime Minister is declaring a state of emergency. My mug full of beer. My mug is full of beer. Not much else to the use of a in place of the word of. Here's a breakdown of what you learned so far about the dominant a. In this example, me I go get a pound of pork. Me followed by a always signifies I am. I go get. I go in front of the verb is always future tense. A pound is the noun, is the same in English and Patwa. And a pork is a description of what's contained in the pound, resulting in I am going to get a pound of pork. So finally, a in place of I is used when we're either showing respect or we're using standard English. So for example, kids being asked questions by adults may reply, I don't know, instead of me no know, as a sign of respect. Here's an example of standard English with a replacing I. I think you guys will have to watch this video a few times. I also think if you get this and the last video down, you're on your way to understanding, if not speaking Patwa. If you have successfully completed the first and second lesson, you would have eliminated the need for memorization and can even start formulating your own thoughts in Patwa. Maybe even play back some of those old reggae songs that you never quite understood the words. Or even try to talk to your Jamaican friends or co-workers. Okay, so once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope we were able to expand your knowledge of Patwa and enlighten you on how we put our words together. Join us in our upcoming videos where we'll take what you learn and continue to build on it. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave us some comments. We love the feedback. So, until next time, take care.